What do you remember about Sunday's game? I guess you weren't on the field that much in the fourth quarter, I guess, but the Titans did show some fronts that made it tough to run the ball. What were they kind of doing, and do you think that other teams, maybe look at that, or I don't know, what do you expect in coming weeks?
Yeah, I definitely expect other teams to do that, but the good thing about it is we already experienced it, so now we have answers for it. But during the game, I mean, guys are supposed to be aligned in a certain spot, and it's not maybe just an inch off and maybe a whole yard or 2 yards off. So it's like, okay, what kind of, funky look are we getting? But, good thing is we got those looks now, so we'll have answers for it.
So it sounds like you guys been addressing that this week.
Oh, most definitely.
JT, what's been your interaction with Marlon the last week? I mean, he's asked for a trade. I mean, can you share anything you've talked with him about? Or?
No, yeah, I definitely thanked him. Though I already thanked him last year. I mean, just the tough time he went through. And he was still sending me text messages, talking to me, good game, bad game, just let me know, hey, I saw this. Maybe you could do that better, or great job. Like, he didn't have to do that at all. I mean, he could have just straight locked in, zoned in, and focused on his rehab, which I'm sure he was, but he took the time out to not only reach out to me, but also the other guys in the running back room. It just shows the kind of leader he is. And, I think that's what helped me last year kind of start getting rolling a little bit, just by taking his advice and then putting my little spin on it. So, I mean, not even as a player, because you guys already know what he can do in the field, just as a person, that was huge.
Do you understand his frustration, if that's the right word?
I can, especially, I mean, as a running back, you come off of that injury. I mean, we know at that position, how it is and how it's a business and how things roll. But like I said, he's a leader. I mean, the way, if you talk to him, you wouldn't even know that, just by the way that he carries himself when he's in the building, and I'm sure he does the same thing off the field and out of the building as well.
No moaning, no.
Not at all. If anything, he's still helping us out, like make sure you guys do X, Y, and Z. Make sure you guys are always staying on your P's and Q's. I mean, he's still helping us out. He's still helping us grow and develop as players.
Jonathan, what have you seen from Miami's defense on film?
Those guys they create a lot of turnovers, so it's going to be a big emphasis on making sure that we eliminate those completely. Anytime you get turnovers in a game, I mean, your chances of losing go up exponentially. And they have a lot of different fronts and looks. I mean, a multitude, and it is based off of each team that they play. So being able to understand we have a plan for a multitude of the looks, and then whatever they come out in, whatever they show us, making sure that we fall back on what we've been practicing and make sure that we execute.
We talked to Ryan Kelly about this a little bit ago. You were healthy during training camp, but a lot of the offensive line pieces were in and out, and some are in and out right now. How much adjustment does that require in the running game in general to anticipate anticipate where everybody's going to be, and the blocking schemes working together in tandem and all that? I mean, is there some work that has to be done to adjust to guys being in and out?
It is. I think it falls on us as a running back group, though, in order to make sure when we're in certain schemes, making sure we bring those guys to the double team, making sure when we're out in space, we help set up those blocks to help those guys out in space. I mean, especially they cut out the no-cutting rule, so now we got to make sure we're excellent out in the open field on bringing those guys to those blocks. So I think it falls down on us as a running back group and forces us to be better to make those guys' jobs easier until, everyone is able to get into a flow. Just because, you got guys moving in and out, especially offensive line. That's a position where you want to be conformed, you want to have unity and working with the same guys. So I think it falls on us as a running back group.
JT, Ryan mentioned that yesterday's practice was one of the more physical that he's been a part of, maybe the most physical. Can you expand, kind of shed some light on that from what you saw, what you gained out of Wednesday? Being
able to finish. I mean, football is a physical sport, so only way to go out there and play physical on Sunday is to practice physical. I mean, that's what you got to do. There's no better way to get better at football than playing football. So if you want to go out there and be the most physical team, like we want to be each and every single Sunday, you got to go out there and practice physical every Wednesday.
How's your knee?
Oh, I was feeling good. Don't really know what it was. I mean, football's a physical sport. But one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I'm in here each and every single day, getting prehab, rehab, recovery, so I'm ready to roll on Sunday.
When you see your quarterback out there hobble a little bit, fight through what he's fighting through, do you go to the coaches and say, lean on me if you need to, or are you ready to take on a big load?
I actually go up to the quarterback, go up to Carson, whoever's in there, and listen, we got your back. I mean, you see your quarterback out there, he's fighting through it. You do everything you can to make sure he stays clean in the pocket. You do whatever you can to make sure you're efficient on first down so that his job is as easy as possible because he already has enough going on. I mean, fighting through that and being a quarterback in the NFL, that's a tough position.